All right, aloha again, volleyball friends. Brian Gosset, GM Sports Media. He's Chuck Licata, Big Daddy Media. We just finished the Northwest ISD Classic, one of the best tournaments in the country. Byron Nelson defeating Highland Park in 2 sets to defend their tournament championship. Chuck, just first off, thank you so much for the play-by-play and allowing me to join you. But
it was fun to have you, man.
just kind of what were your sort of takeaways with that championship match with Byron Nelson over at Highland Park?
Well, Byron Nelson is who they are. We talked about beforehand. 2-10-12. That's pretty much it. In set number 1, Ashland C was all the offense. I mean, just dominated. And of course, Sophie Peterson, number 10, she's Sophie Peterson. She's going to be a factor. She's just one of the best setters in the world, to borrow your phrase there. And then Kylie Kleckner kind of took over set 2. Highland Park ran out to a quick 5-1 lead.
Yep.
Then the momentum turn, a block overturn. They called a replay, the thumbs up, and that's where Byron Nelson took advantage of it. It was a service error by Highland Park that started that run, and then Byron Nelson kind of took off. Kleckner, and of course, Ashland C kind of took off from there. That was it.
What'd you call them? Traumatic trio?
The traumatic trio, 2-10-12, traumatic trio for opponents, of course.
I told Coach Dearman at Highland Park this, but you know they're top 4 in district. I'll take them against a lot of people in the state. They're so strong in District 12 5A. For Highland Park, though, we've seen them a couple times this weekend, but they're big. You know, half their roster is 6 feet or taller.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Just talk about what do you expect for them moving forward, and how that the block is going to play such a big factor.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got a chance to, and we'll have a feature on GN Sports Media about their libero, Gigi Wan. But she was talking about what it's like to play behind, you know, the towers, if you will. As you mentioned, you know, 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". You get a 6'4" and 6'5" move in.
Yeah.
I mean, how great is that, right? You know, to borrow our term, it's a block party at Highland Park for most matches. But yeah, they you know, they're still learning to play together a little bit. You know, when you get the 6'4" Allie Hudgens, who moved in from Westlake and from Atlanta, the 6'5", Lydia Fisher. You know, you still have to get that chemistry, and Gigi said that they're feeling it. You know, I mean, obviously in this tournament, I don't care how tall you are. When you get to the state tournament championship like they did here, you played some really good teams. They beat South Lake Carroll for Michael Dearman's number 900, which I'm sure you'll be talking about. But yeah, it's kind of just melding everything together. Anna Lee is their 5'4" center. Their center of this tall team is 5'4", but she does a tremendous job. And of course, Gigi is 5'8".
Yeah.
You know, headed to Arizona. So I mean, they've got great team chemistry. They've got Wakeland in their district. You know, this is going to be a great Highland Park team that we're going to be hearing a lot about. You and I will be seeing throughout the season. Awesome.
Last one is, you know, I only got to see him today. You got to see him, I think, a couple of times yesterday. Walnut Grove, you know, new coach Justin Waters. It's their third season playing volleyball, but already well established. They beat Grand Oaks for 3rd place. They're one of the teams, I think, surprise finishes. I'm not sure if I expected them in the Final Four, but maybe talk a little bit about them, and then is there 1 or 2 other teams that had a good showing this weekend? Yeah, I talked to Justin Waters. We'll be posting that on X as well, and I'll see if I can get it on Instagram. You know, talk about his team. He said, he told both you and I before, he's got a lot of talent. He told this team last year, or the team that came back, he said, y'all have to realize you got a lot of talent. You got a ton of talent. Yes, Danielle Whitmire, headed to Penn State, of course. You know, she's really good. But they've got Kendall Smith, number 20. She's a force in the middle up front. Haley Claypool, number 5, was tremendous during the weekend. So they've got some really, you know, overall great talent. And I think there's no question that, you know, they're playing in Lovejoy's district. So they'll got kind of a statement case as to where they stand overall with things just from their own district. They're in a very good district. As far as other teams, I won't say surprising. Grand Oaks, not surprised they made the Final Four, but, you know, Morgan Rogers has a ton of new. She's got Haley Thompson and Kaylee Reese, the libero. She's got those 2 back from the state championship, back-to-back state championship team. Otherwise, it's brand new. Their setting, they're going to have to learn a lot because they're setters that were so consistent the past couple years. You know, they've got to learn a lot. I think the team to watch out of this tournament is South Lake Carroll.
They just ran into everybody. They played Highland Park. They played Eaton. They played Byron. I mean, oh my goodness. You know, they're a great team that just ran into the wrong opponents. But again, it's only week 2.
Yeah.
So we got plenty of time to watch and learn what they're going to do.
And it's good to play those teams because they're in a tough district. And they're going to try and leapfrog Byron and Keller and Eaton as well. So always a great tournament, always a great time.
Always a great guy right here. Well, see that right here, GM Sports Media right there.
Like you said, check us out. You know, we'll have a lot of coverage, recap stories on Twitter and X, GM Sports Media, as well as make sure you follow him too at Big Daddy Media. Awesome job again, my friend.
Awesome job, man. Thanks for the time. Appreciate it. And y'all love volleyball out there.